now. I'm looking down from up in the sky. I don't quite get how I've been without you for all this time. Good God, I'm bent out of shape now. You got a body like a model. You got a body that you always find. Open up a bottle.
So the secret to making your oats taste good with zucchini is not too much water. You only make it just damp. Microwave it for 2 minutes. Add a lot of salt. And then add your protein after it's warm. Some oats with Mama? Yeah. Where's the blueberries? Thank you so much, darling. Do you want some oats too?
Yeah.
Oats. We love oats, don't we?
Yeah.
I just put in like 6 grams of this. So good. Okay, so meal number 1 is always oats. Some oats?
Yeah.
Where are you going, Maya?
Daddy.
Good morning. What is up, everyone? So it is Thursday. We are 7 weeks out and a couple days. And I just went and dropped Maya off at daycare. So today is a work day. I teach a few yoga classes and I get some online work done. And I'm going to train posterior today. So just dropped her off. On the way to the gym right now. I do 30 minutes for my steps, and then I get into my posterior, which is essentially 3 upper body pull kind of exercises, and then a few things for my glutes. And then after that, I basically got a shower and I've got to get to my first class. I do my posing at the studios, which seems a little bit weird maybe, but it's really nice to pose without mirrors. I've noticed when I went to the Ifbb posing seminar, I realized I need to practice way more without mirrors. I'm too dependent on what I look like rather than actually like feeling the movement. So I'll be doing that in between classes and I'll take you along on the way. So I just finished up at the gym. Just for reference, we woke up at 5:15 in the morning. I got Maya to daycare at 7 a.m. Got to the gym just before 7:30 and it's just 10 to 9 right now. So I teach at 9:30. So never at the gym for longer than an hour and a half. So I thought while I was driving, I just wanted to go over a few things that I have learned since I started bodybuilding. I've been a nutritionist since 2012, but still this process has taught me a lot and I really wanted to share it. So the first thing that bodybuilding has taught me is the importance of understanding your maintenance through macros. It's really irresponsible to go into a diet when you don't even understand what calories and macronutrients you need just to thrive in a normal everyday kind of state. So if you have never done this, really important to try to figure out what your maintenance level is and try to just sustain that for a few weeks before going into any kind of phase. It will just help clear up any kind of confusion and also really heal any kind of negative relationships to food or even your body image. The second lesson I've learned from bodybuilding is that tracking and weighing your food is not unhealthy. What's unhealthy is our relationship to tracking and weighing food. And usually the reason this is unhealthy is because we only ever weigh our food and track our food when we're in an extreme diet. And so if you're someone who's only ever done this when dieting, again, another really important reason why you should be trying to find maintenance and adhering to that. What I found is that weighing and tracking my food is actually the most freeing practice. I've been so pleasantly surprised at how much I can actually eat when I'm doing this not in just a diet. Of course, when you are dieting, it can be more difficult, but if you're doing this in a maintenance, you'll actually probably surprise yourself at how much food you can regularly eat when you're properly portioning and weighing it out. The third most valuable lesson I've learned from bodybuilding is that carbs are not the enemy. And unfortunately, especially in I feel like holistic wellness, there's such a movement against grains and carbohydrates, and again, it's just irresponsible portion control that then leads to people thinking they need to just write off entire food groups. If you're following the first and second lessons, so if you're properly understanding your maintenance and learning how to track and weigh your food, you're going to end up having so much food and weight freedom, because you're finally going to learn that you can enjoy carbohydrates and still see the results that you're after. The fourth lesson I have learned from bodybuilding is understanding that building muscle is really difficult. So on an average, females will only gain about 2 kilos a year of muscle. That's really all we can gain. So we don't have to be scared of lifting heavy and eating to build, but also you don't have to eat in such a huge surplus. A build phase doesn't mean that we are going to be gaining excessive fat. We should just be eating slightly over our maintenance and pushing it in the gym as much as we can. The fifth and final lesson that I've learned from bodybuilding is that the cut phase is only a tiny sliver of the entire process. It's called bodybuilding. We're meant to be building muscle the majority of the time. The cut is just the little fun part where we're revealing our physique, but the cut isn't where you stay forever, and it shouldn't be admired as the end goal. It's just a little part of the process, but the goal is to continue building, maintaining, thriving. If you want to change the physique, we need to enjoy the build phase, not just the cut. Anyways, that's just some stuff that I thought about when I was driving. So I just finished my first class. I always feel like teaching yoga is such a privileged job because I'm essentially breathing and stretching with people for hours each week. Often I'll do the warm-up with everyone, and then throughout the class I'm kind of walking around the room. So I'm also getting steps. I'm at almost 7,500 steps. So I usually pose here, and I love posing in the studio because there's no mirrors and it's also very private. It's upstairs, so it's not like people are walking by and maybe can see me. I don't know, sometimes I'm self-conscious about that. But I am hungry today. I'm really hungry today. And so I'm thinking about going and getting a coffee and then just finishing my steps over at the other studio because it's in West End and it's just a little bit more of a nice walk. This area is a bit more industrial. I'm so bad at not buying coffee. I keep trying to not buy coffee, but I probably still do it twice during the weekdays. We try to keep it only to weekends. While I'm in prep, the way I take my coffee is a long black, a dash of soy, and a sweetener. And the way I track it is I just estimate that I'm probably getting about 50 mils of soy milk in that cup. It's also check-in day, which is, to me, it feels like Christmas morning every Thursday. I love getting feedback from Scott, and I just received the feedback now, so let's see what he says.
We can probably get you the tiniest bit more conditions, and we will. But boy, it's only a little bit, so we're certainly not in a rush.
So yeah, it was great feedback. Scott's lovely. I would recommend him to everyone. I feel like he's really good at understanding how to communicate with his clients, because I've seen, you know, on YouTube's from other people who are competing with him, the way that he talks to them or the way that he talks to me, and I just think that is such a skill, you know, like I'm a very laid back person, and I need a coach to be like chill with me. I don't know what that is. Like just like a chill confidence really keeps me going nice and steady, and he does that for me all the time. Yeah, he told me we're cruising. I'm really glad we started our prep so early. We started our prep at 25 weeks, and in hindsight, we probably could have started at like 17 weeks. But, you know, we're 7 weeks out. I'm not worried. I'm nervous. I'm nervous because it's my first time doing this, but yeah, I'm not stressed in any way, which is ideal. It's what we want. So anyways, I need to go and get a coffee. I'm dying. So the nice thing about this next class is it's usually beginners. And when it's usually beginners, I usually demo a lot of the practice with them. I just find I get the best feedback from new people when they can see what I'm doing. So it'll just be a nice 50-minute stretch for me. Devastating news. I got home. It is 1:30 in the afternoon. The last time I ate was at 6:30 in the morning after training and everything. This is how much sweet potato I have left. I like eating sweet potato because I really like microwaving it, and it's fast. It's like 3.5 minutes chopped, and then the sweet potatoes are like perfect. But because I don't have enough, I have to use my Spud Light, which is still good, but I have to air fry it, which just means that I have to wait another like 25 minutes before I can eat this meal. So I'm gonna prepare it, I'm gonna put the potatoes in, and then I'm gonna eat my snack now, and then just eat my lunch right after, because I am hungry. So here's the final product. I have Spud Light in here instead of sweet potato. I had to wait forever, but I didn't have my other snack while I'm waiting. I'll have that later on. So something else I'm doing is making some brown rice. Tomorrow is my high carb day, so I get to have 2 meals with rice, and I'm also gonna have some sultana bran. I'm super excited. Okay, so the rice is done. The way I make the rice is I just do whatever the dry weight is that I needed to calculate so that it's more accurate. So all I have to do is section it into 2 servings, and then it's done for the day. So that was 210 grams of dry rice that is now ready to go. And so that ended up making about 225 grams cooked rice for my lunch and dinner tomorrow. I'm gonna make my snack now, which is basically that egg white crepe that I made with peanut butter and cottage cheese. So I'm gonna make that now. I have to go to the grocery store and buy sweet potato and some more cordial, so I'll do that. I'm already done my steps for the day, which is exciting. So then all I have to do is go and teach that last class. I teach at 5 p.m. So what I do is I actually prep my dinner before I go, because when I get home it's pretty late, and just in case Maya's a little bit cranky or just wants a lot of mom time, at least I can just be with her while Chris is making dinner, and then we can all eat together. So when I am planning my high carb days, I basically go off what coach has given me. So that is being 150 grams for protein. I need to hit 350 grams for carbs and like 45 fat, around 2,400 calories tomorrow. So for my breakfast, I'm having my frozen blueberries, whey protein. The only thing that changes in this is that I have 70 grams of oats instead of 50. For my lunch, I'm having my mayonnaise, my lettuce, the brown rice that I've already made, chicken 150, green beans, some oil spray. My snacks, I'm still doing a little bit of the whey protein with cottage cheese mix for the egg white scramble thing, but then I'm adding sultana brown, 140 grams, so many carbs, I'm so excited. And then dinner as well is lettuce, avocado, rice, but I make this more of like a Mexican thing. So chicken breast, 100 grams, tomato, I add salsa and some mayo, and that's a pretty good day. So I end up being close to 2400, close to that 350 grams, 44 fats, and my protein is over 150. So yay, how exciting. So I just got to my last and final studio class of the day. It is 4:20. Students don't come until usually like 4:45. So I kind of have 20 minutes, 25 minutes to myself. I thought I was going to do some posing, but this morning I noticed when I was doing my check-in posing with Scott that my lower back was a bit irritated. So it's such a hard thing because posing is such an intense anterior tilt. So I think what I'm going to do is actually just do a bit of yin yoga. I think I'm just going to do a bit of yin yoga. I just want to like open up my hips and actually work on back bends. I know it probably seems counterintuitive to do back bends when I'm feeling pain from anterior tilting my hips, but I feel like when I engage my body properly in that kind of position, it actually helps to strengthen and relieve the muscles in that way. So I'm going to just do that while I'm listening to a podcast. I'm really into the General Muscle podcast. Love it. Been listening to his stuff for a few weeks now. So I'm going to listen to a podcast while I stretch out for just 20 minutes or so. And that's it for me. So I'm going to let you guys go here. Of course, after I'm done teaching this last class, I'll go home, have dinner with my family, but I just won't want to be on my phone anymore. It will be like 6:30 at night. So I'm just going to enjoy some time. I'll see you guys next week for the 6 week out video.